We did nothing in September. We're doing nothing next week. What is this about? It's about management of the Senate defeating the historic ability of members of the Senate to actually participate in the great issues of our time. One of them is the Defense Department budget and policy. It sets defense policy, and it came out of the Armed Services Committee unanimously. But several of us in committee said, we've got amendments we want to bring up on the floor. Other members not on the Armed Services Committee have a right to talk about this $540-some-odd billion expenditure, the largest single expenditure outside of Social Security and Medicare in the entire budget. So we're supposed to be thankful that we did nothing in September, going to do nothing next week, but you only now have 3 days and just a very few amendments which Senator Reid will pick and choose which ones you Republicans get to offer. And that's why we're having problems here. Senator Reid continues to assert that Republicans are filibustering. What Republicans are saying is, we're prepared to move to these bills, but we'd like you, leader, to tell us how many amendments we can get. He's figured out a way to fill the tree, what we call the amendment tree, to a degree that's never been done before. And that allows him to pass legislation without any amendment. And so we said, well, we'd like to have amendments, Mr. Leader. This is the United States Senate. Okay, submit me a list of them. You can have 2. And it can't be this amendment, it can't be this amendment, it can't be this amendment. It can only be these kind of amendments. We'll be nice to you. Well, maybe 3. Okay, you get 3. On a $500 billion defense bill that sets a policy for our military, that decides on what weapons system we're going to invest in at billions of dollars. And some people in this Senate have opinions about it. They want to come down to the floor. Maybe they campaigned and they said, I'm against such and such in the defense bill. And they want to come here and it's in the bill and they're against it. They want to offer an amendment and explain why it shouldn't be in the bill. Offer an amendment to take it out. Sorry, we don't have time. Mr. President, I think this is a dangerous trend. I believe we shouldn't be recessing today. I believe we should be working. We've got the fiscal cliff. We've got the defense sequester. We've got tax increases monumentally about to occur. We've got the death tax going to 55% of virtually anything somebody has. All are going to happen if we don't take some action, and all those people talking about, secretly they're planning and talking and working. And so about Christmas Eve, I suspect they'll walk in here with a plan that we're told we have to support, or else we'll work through Christmas, or January 1st we'll be here and we'll have a catastrophe if all these bad things happen, and the president won't even say what he's for. He won't even lay out a plan. Congressman Ryan's laid out a plan. He's defended it all over the country. He's prepared to discuss it and explain it. What's the president's plan? Senator Reid, what's your plan? Do you have any plan to confront our pension programs for Social Security and Medicare that are going broke? Do you have any plan to fix them? What is it? Isn't this important? Do you have any plan to get us off this trillion-dollar debt course? What are we going to do? Because the growth is going down. So we were 2.4% in 2010. We had that much GDP growth. Very slow recovery from the 2007-08 recession. But then did it go up in 2011? No, it dropped to 1.8. And what about the first 3 quarters of this year? 1.77. The growth is not occurring. We're borrowing and spending, but we're not creating growth. I think we need to deal with this crisis we face, and the uncertainty of policy is hurting America's economy also. So I'm disappointed we're not dealing with these important issues. I'm disappointed we're recessing, and we need to do better.